What did Parker mean by that? Why would women know less about these topics? What? It's so transparent. He is he cheats. He cheats. Dean's whole persona that he's tried to build up is being the epic debate guy. So they can't say they're cheating. They can't admit that they're not that good. They can't do it on the fly. This has to be stopped. This has to end. It makes it seem like it's not true. Dude, this ghoul is losing it. Listen here, smooth skin. He's going crazy. That you were meant to be blindfolded for the whole debate, Dean. Anyway, we're watching Andrew Wilson here. Andrew Wilson, Brian from the Whatever podcast, Parker, and Dean Withers on TikTok, right? So Andrew Wilson has wanted an IRL debate with Dean for a while because he thinks Dean cheats in his debates, which is almost confirmed because Parker's confessed to sending him lines.
No this time Trump is reopening our depleted coal mine and we will have 1950s living standards in Appalachia.
Thank you for the 70-second. Thank you for the $2, the Marshall list. Yeah, we're in the UK, it's going back to steel and coal mining too, actually. We're rolling back every Thatcher change. And we're bringing back steel and coal. Anyway, Andrew Wilson's wanted to debate with Dean for ages in real life because Dean cheats in all of his debates and gets fed lines by Parker and probably uses AI to get his questions answered in the middle of a debate. So Andrew Wilson wants to talk to him in real life. He wants to see that Dean is not cheating, which I think is fair enough. So he comes on here and he's confronting Parker and Dean about their criticisms of the Whatever podcast.
Nice to see you, bud.
Can you add Dean as well? And also, I just wanted to
Why do I wait? I'm sorry. Why do I need to add your bestie? Can't we just do a 1v1?
Well, I'm only going to be here for I think 12 more minutes because I'm going to a dinner.
Well, that's really strange. I thought you wanted to do a debate, Parker.
Well, I do, but this is the
well. Then why is it that? Can I ask you a question first, real quick?
Ahead.
Why is it that you refuse to fly out to California and do a debate with me, even if I pay for it?
I live in California. I will do a debate with you
then
anytime.
Why won't you do it? Can we do it next week?
I want to debate Brian, and Brian.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm not talking about Brian. I'm talking about me.
Can I debate 1v2? 1v2?
Yeah. Can you just debate me?
Can I do a 1v2?
Yeah. Why don't you debate him after me?
Why can't I do a 1v2?
Why? Because I want to do a 1v1, Parker.
Why can't I do a 1v2?
So this is just crazy. They are desperate to debate the Whatever podcast host, who barely debates. He asks a couple probing questions towards women sometimes, but he doesn't really lay out his, from what I've seen anyway, lay out his opinions super hard. He is like a host. He tries to be an instigator. And then Andrew is usually their debate guy. They bring Andrew on to have debates with people, to hash out real positions, real opinions on either social issues or policy or whatever, or religion. But Dean and Parker are desperate to fight Brian. Why? It's so clear. They just want an easy target. They want the... I don't even think Brian's... I think Brian gets a bad rap, to be honest. I actually quite like Brian. He's obviously a good businessman. He's built a very profitable little thing. Let me see if I can find this call into Destiny ages ago, because it was really funny. Yeah, this.
And girls will say anything is emotional abuse, so why would we even take him seriously when we talk about it? That was the take on the show, but...
Don't stay. However, they decided to...
It was when he was getting hate here. He was getting hate.
They cropped in Mary and then John, and then they put...
over this clip.
I didn't even say anything during that entire segment, and they put me in the segment, and then people are thinking every single one of us, they showed our face in the segment, that we co-signed on his endure statement, which is not true.
It was about the endure thing. It was about the endure thing. Wait, you remember what MLD? It was was it with Melina there? Melina was like, oh, what should you do if you're in an abusive relationship? And he's like, endure. Endure.
I also really don't like this whole, it's so rare, it's so rare, it's so rare, it's abuse, it's so rare, it's so rare, it's so rare. And then I asked the question, and I thought he wouldn't have answered me. Think about third trimester abortion. This stat, if you actually look at it, that's why I always fight the argument, because there's, low number of partners. But you still lose on the single partner point difference for early partnership.
Where does he join? Oh, wait, is it? Yeah, Brian. Okay, he joins here.
Finally, how's it going, man?
You did well. Hello, I'm going great. How are you going?
I'm doing all right. Is the audio okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't really use Discord much, so...
Well, you should. It's the industry standard communications device.
Yo, by the way, what's your...
you know,
Wait, so question. Your hair, did you cut it before the show, or you just styled it differently?
I got a haircut before the show. I got a haircut like 2 weeks ago or something. Why?
Well, my whole, red hair wig bit fell flat, because I was expecting you to have your typical, blue mop.
Well, I still had a lot of blue hair. I think people...
Yeah, but it was all slicked back, like you're in the 50s, and...
Well, that's how I normally comb it, okay? You must have saw me on a sloppy day, okay?
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold it against you that you ruined my bit.
Okay.
This dude wants a friend so bad. Exactly. That's the exact energy. That's why I started liking him, because I saw this call-in, and I was like, it's so funny that a red pill podcast host acts like this. He's like sitting there like, hey, how's it going? my bit kind of fell flat because you got a haircut.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Maybe I should have asked you before the show to go in the bathroom, look it up.
That sounds, Listen, next time I'm on the show, if you want, we can go into the bathroom and while you want, okay?
Alright, deal. Hey, so, am I canceled? Do you think I'm canceled or what?
No, why are you guys so freaking out over TikTok clips? I'm so confused right now.
Hey,
isn't this what you guys do? Isn't this like the whole industry is like farming TikTok clips off each other?
No, it's been been
Destiny wasn't joking.
It's been pretty bad, not gonna lie.
What has been bad? Does your show have sponsors?
He's about to hit Brian with the slasher. This is a serious inquiry for a date.
No, just like...
Then it's just people talking shit online. Does it matter? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm being really dismissive, but go ahead.
I guess it's like mostly shit talking, but you know, getting like a couple death threats here and there, so that's always fun.
You guys have never had death threats before?
Not really.
Oh,
but,
damn. Well.
But I don't know. I feel like and then I guess Daz Black, who I only recognize the name because I guess he made some massive hit piece on Tate.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to not be a huge fan of the podcast because of something that a guest on the podcast said.
Okay, I don't know even what are we implying here?
Yeah, I think you get the idea here. You get the idea there. It's fine.
All one.
You can't.
Oh, so I'm saying, show the clip of him forcing the women to watch a WoW streamer. That's not one clip. That was common. There were a bunch of streams that they ended where they would raid into like old people playing WoW on Twitch. And they would like watch the stream for a few minutes before they end and like type in chat. And so there's just a bunch of OnlyFans girls sitting around watching like some old woman play WoW. As Brian's like typing in the chat trying to get her attention.
But why do you need to? Can you explain
I want to talk to
why?
Brian as well.
Yeah, you can talk to Brian after we're done debating.
Brian's not going to debate me though.
Why do you say that?
Because he's scared.
Well, okay, so how about this? How about we'll just do it right now, Parker? Why don't you tell me what your criticisms are of the Whatever podcast?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like the day
just do one at a time, though. Don't shotgun them.
Mm-hmm. The day of that we were going to show up on the Whatever podcast, both Dean and I, to debate Brian, you, and other people that you had on the Whatever podcast, you canceled day of and never rescheduled. So you're willing to debate all my different friends who are women, right, who might be less knowing about different topics.
What did Parker mean by that? What did Parker mean by that? Why would women know less about these topics? What?
On the Whatever podcast, you canceled day of and never rescheduled. So you're willing to debate all my different friends who are women, right, who might be less knowing about different topics, right? Or
wow, Parker. Wow, yeah, mask off. Okay. Remember who pays your bills, Parker. Remember who's sending all those super chat roses on TikTok. Remember who's sending you all those galaxies on TikTok, Parker.
in OnlyFans or whatnot, but you're not willing to debate Dean or I on that type of platform for some reason. Because
yes, I'm totally and completely okay, Parker. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll do. I'll compromise with you. How's that for fair? Now, I tried to do this with Dean before, by the way. Did you see the live of that, Parker?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a live where Dean called me out, and I had him come on my stream, and he agreed to do a fly-out debate, and then he refused. So here's my compromise to you. Will you debate with me and Brian, you and Dean?
This dude's one is barely concealed liberal racist. I can feel it. Parker is absolutely a concealed carry, nervous around black guys type. 100%.
At the same time,
no doubt in my mind.
Criticisms of the Whatever podcast.
Yeah, if we could also do other topics, I'd love to.
Yeah, what are the other topics that you want to do?
I'd love to talk about like Trump. That'd be great to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about Trump.
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Are you religious?
But we can start.
Are you Christian?
But we can start with the idea of your criticisms of the Whatever podcast. Correct?
Oh, of course. I mean, we can talk.
And when can we schedule this?
Anytime.
Oh, well, let's schedule it now and let's do it live because that way you can't back out later.
Can you add Dean up too so we can schedule? Because I need him to be up. So
yeah, add Dean. Add Dean. Yeah.
And also, Brian, can I get like a specific response of why you've been so scared to debate?
Hold on, D needs to send another request in.
Okay.
I don't know why you're
Brian's so
smug. Neither
based.
one of you are good debaters, and I'm going to crush both of you easily.
Mm-hmm. And you have to say that to make yourself feel better. It's okay. But
I
yeah,
mean, we'll
Brian,
we'll see live,
response.
Parker. Like I've debated with you before, and you failed multiple times. You didn't even know it was me.
I have a good idea.
That's how bad you are at it.
Brian.
Well, here's what I want to do. Here's what
I have a good
wanna
idea.
do.
I have a good idea. How about we schedule our debate for right now? Why is slut shaming good?
I only have like what 9 minutes more left.
Yeah, he only has 9 minutes, Dean.
Yeah, I have I
this
have
is-
dinner with my
so
girlfriend
this
and
is-
my family.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
what
I
we're
already
gonna
have a
do.
little bit as well. 9 minutes. Let's run it real quick.
No,
Let's
let's do an in-person debate.
So Dean Withers
I
is
wanna
here
debate
now,
right
okay?
here, right now.
Wait, but Brian, will you be involved in that debate, or are you going to run away from that?
Yes.
Yeah,
2v1
I'm
under
down for
criticisms
the-
or whatever.
I'm down for the 2v2.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. In person
When?
2v2, which day?
I've been.
Yeah, we want to know when though. And you
Dude,
both have to come.
How-
You
how
both
about-
have to come.
I have an idea. I'm not gonna lie, Brian. I spent $535 on a plane ticket out
I went over some of the what if autist stuff. I'm probably not going to go over the full video because it's fucking 10 hours long. I did like 2 hours of it the other night.
to LA a couple months
If
ago.
you guys show up, I'll
Cancel-
reimburse it.
You
If you
cancel
guys show
on
up,
me-
I'll reimburse it.
One
If you
moment.
guys show up, I'll reimburse it.
One moment. And then you cancel on me day of, and you do not reimburse me, and you fail to reschedule. I would be more than willing to debate you guys in an online setting, but I will not be dedicating my attention, focus.
Okay, then get out of here. Goodbye.
So you're scared of
Yeah,
me.
then
You're running.
goodbye. You already made
Andrew's
the agreement
running.
and you lied. Bro, you made the
Andrew's
agreement
running.
to me and you lied.
Yeah, and then I backed out of.
Yeah, you
flights.
backed
gotta
out.
debate
Exactly. You
on-
backed out. You
right
coward. You
now. I'm not a
fucking
coward
coward.
because I'll debate you online. You're scared of me.
Why does it have to?
So Dean will only do it online now. Only willing to debate Andrew online. Won't do the in-person debate. Only willing to do it online. It's so transparent. He is absolutely. He cheats. He cheats.
Be online.
Because you're not worth my
You
time.
cheat, Dean,
I'm too
like you
expensive
did
for
when
you.
Parker was feeding you information. Your Fuente.
Dean with his disaster bedroom allegations. I don't know what
This
that
debate,
is.
you were
I think
cheating.
Right now is
Oh
the
wow! So
perfect
do you want me to
time for us
close
just
my eyes and debate you with my eyes?
No,
closed
I
because
want you
you're
to
scared
show
because
up
I'm
with your
smarter than
facts,
you?
with your stats, and I don't want it to be me versus 5,000, but me versus you, you
Andrew,
chicken.
Andrew, I'm gonna mog you right
Maybe
now.
we
So
should
I will
just do it
debate
right
you
Andrew, I'm gonna mock you. I'm gonna mock you. Shut up, man. Shut the fuck up.
online with my eyes
You
closed.
could
my
never
hands
mog
up,
me
and
in a
I will still
million
win.
years, you grifting scumbag. Remember when you
I
did
mog
the
you every
whole...
day.
Do you
I mog you
remember?
every
Do
day.
you
Total
remember when you
deflection for the
pretended you were
debate.
Andrew Tate? Do you remember that?
Oh man,
Yeah,
why
that
don't
was
you show up
hilarious.
in Bible and you.
It was. I mean, it was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. But this aside, you're not going to ever mog anything.
I
Do
already
you want to do?
I already
Parker
do.
came on and made the agreement to do a 2v2,
I'll
and
do
now
it.
is refusing.
All
No,
1v2.
let's do it right now.
Also 1v2. All 1v2
let's-
online or in
Okay,
person.
goodbye,
Right
goodbye,
now.
Dean. You already backed
He's running
out.
away.
Goodbye.
Andrew's
I
backing
can't
out.
run away from a debate you won't accept.
I'm accepting
He said
it. And I want
online.
to do it right now.
Wait, Andrew,
Yeah,
why-
you say
Andrew,
you'll only do it.
So he's desperately trying to pretend. They're not getting into why he only wants to do it in person. And he's desperately trying to pretend, oh yeah, I'll debate you anytime. I'll debate you anytime. It's so clear what's happening. It's so clear. He will only do it with fucking assistance.
Oh, why won't you do it
Andrew,
in person,
Andrew,
Dean?
Andrew,
Because
I'll
you're
do-
not worth
I'll-
my time. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, I
I'm
have a
intelligent
way
than
bigger
you.
platform than you by engagement.
No,
Way
you don't.
Bigger.
What are you
Yes, I
talking
do.
about?
My average
Andrew,
live
you're
streams got
delusional.
between 5,000 to 7,000 per debate. What about
Yeah,
you?
we gave more.
Well, so me and Jay Stewart watched this last night. It's so true, right? Dean wants to act like he's so fucking popular. Like, oh, my numbers on TikTok are so big. My numbers on TikTok are so big. Bro, if you're such a big fucking deal, if you're so successful, why the fuck are you homeless right now, bro? If you actually had the success that should come with millions of fans, why did you not just go and straight up put the deposit down on a penthouse? Why did you not just go and do that? Why are you living out of storage containers in your grandma's house because your brother kicked you out? If Andrew lost his place, he wouldn't be living out of grandma's house. That certainly would not be the fucking case. Andrew's one of the most super chatted fucking channels on YouTube in the US. I mean, it even says that in here. Literally one of the most super chatted channels. And Dean is just sitting there fucking broke. Oh, I'm such a big deal. I'm such a big deal. Yeah, to fucking who? Nobody's paying you, bro.
More
Oh
than
my
that.
God.
What are you-
At right this second.
Be quiet, be quiet.
Stop. It's
We-
Cope. Where are you at on YouTube, Parker, when you go live? Where are you at?
YouTube or here on TikTok where my platform
Yeah,
is.
YouTube.
Oh,
TikTok's
YouTube, I
easy
don't
to
go
get
live on
viewers.
YouTube.
Wait, if
Yeah,
TikTok was
yeah, TikTok's super easy.
Wait,
Wait, if-
Andrew,
if
what do you get
TikTok
when you
was
go on
super easy-
TikTok?
If TikTok was super easy, how come you guys had
Me?
100 viewers before Parker rated you?
Because it's the first time he's ever gone live.
Oh,
We're
but I
just
thought
doing
it
a
was
test
easy,
stream.
Andrew. What happened?
It is easy.
Oh, so
Wait,
then
Dean,
why
how many
did
viewers did you get the first time you came on live, Dean?
Oh, I think I got, what was it, 1.7 thousand? The very first
Wow. Yeah, because it's super easy.
Oh, but like he had 100 by himself. Okay.
Yeah. No, I can
You're
completely
punching up on
rep-
Andrew,
By the way,
Andrew, have you ever hosted
Dean,
a live?
Dean,
Andrew, have you ever hosted a
can you
live?
help me out? Yeah.
Okay, how many viewers did you get?
I think it was 1.7.
1.7? Okay, so only once?
That was the only time I ever did it. Yeah.
Only one live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
What are you mooing about? Do you have proof to the contrary, Parker?
Wait.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to.
Hey, okay,
justify
hang on.
just,
Can you
like,
let Dean? Can you let Parker talk?
Instead
So
of
Parker,
No, you can
Parker,
go.
can you
Dean
show
can
me
go.
proof to the contrary, Parker?
That wouldn't make any sense. It's like saying, "Show me proof unicorns don't
Well,
exist."
then here's the thing, though.
Show me proof
so-
unicorns don't exist, Andrew.
Oh, I'm sorry, Parker.
Can
Let
you
me
show
get
me
this
proof
right.
unicorns
You
don't
just
exist?
smugly said as though you doubted it.
Yeah. What?
Why? Based on?
Because I don't trust your character. I don't trust.
Oh,
what you
I don't
said.
trust your character, Parker, because
Okay,
you've
are we
already
gonna debate
lied.
or is Andrew still
You guys
winning?
already lied about showing up to do a live debate. So
I
here's,
never
here's what I'm
lied.
willing.
I never lied. You
Here's
guys
what I'm willing to.
canceled day
Hang
of.
on.
What are you
Here's what I'm
talking
willing to do.
about?
Since Dean refuses to show up, you'll
God,
do a
because you're not worth
1v2,
my
Parker.
time. I'll debate you right here, right now.
Let's
from
debate
Yeah, yeah, I know.
online.
You do it
Andrew,
online,
why won't you
online,
debate
I know.
online? Why won't you debate him
Because I
online?
know that Dean cheats. I saw it happen.
Cheats?
Very true.
Cheats? What?
Very true.
Okay, look at this. Andrew. I'm not even home. I'm not in the studio.
He'll debate you blindfolded.
Yes,
Okay?
I will
How about
debate you
that?
blindfolded.
Okay, well then, here's what we'll do then, Parker. We'll drop you.
And here he is with his fucking ghoulish face. Here he is with his ghoulish, no filters on.
Okay? How about that?
Filters on,
Okay, well
looking
then,
like a ghoul.
here's what we'll do then, Parker. We'll drop you, and I'll do a 1v1 with Dean.
Oh, he has to turn it off because the filters aren't on.
Okay, well, I mean, I gotta go anyway. So, I mean, I'll
Okay,
be
see you
quiet.
later.
I'll be quiet just until I have to
No,
leave.
you'll just leave,
I'll
and I'll do
mute.
the 1v1 now.
Wait, so hold on. Before we do that, I'm fine to have you guys do the 1v1. Dean, what are your actual objections to doing a 2v2 in person? I'd much prefer to do this in
How does he cheat? Because Parker literally admitted to feeding him lines in the Fuentes debate. Parker literally said he was feeding Dean lines in the Fuentes debate, and you could see Dean reading shit off of his screen.
person.
Do you want me to be honest with you? You're not worth my time.
Oh, then why are you here?
Because you're worth this much amount of time, but not.
Oh, okay. So we're worth your time, but we're not worth your time. That makes a lot of
Wait,
sense.
he meant like to go in person and fly. You understand the difference between flying to someone in person versus like debating them on an online space?
Yeah, Parker's this one here.
So like,
Yeah.
why won't you just do it on an online
who's,
space?
so wait, so whose live is worth going on?
If it's online, then it's fine.
No, whose live is
In
worth going on
person?
in person? Yeah.
In person? Well, like Jubilee, like he did.
Yeah, I've
Or
been on
like when
Jubilee
we went
too.
to the White House, like because we got invited by the president, like that's something like that.
So wait a second. So for creators, haven't you gone in person to other creators who have smaller platforms than Brian?
Who?
I'm asking you.
No, I
you?
haven't. No.
Not you, Dean.
Dean hasn't.
Nope.
Wait,
You've
hold on.
never done it. You've never.
But Smith, their whole thing is being epic debaters. The whole point, Dean's whole persona that he's trying to build up is being the epic debate guy. So they can't say they're cheating. They can't admit that they're not that good. They can't do it on the fly.
Are you sure?
Bro, Dean, you went on Steiny's.
Yeah, that was way bigger than yours.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
Dude, you're like, dude, I'm sorry, Brian, but you're kind of like irrelevant, bro.
Also, like, can I also just point it out there that Steiny flew me out on a semi-private airline and then put me up in a very fine hotel for a night. And
I'll fly you out first class and give you a hotel room.
Okay. Well, Andrew, you're not
Okay,
even
so
gonna make
shit.
money off of that, so I wonder where you're getting that money from.
What do you mean?
Well, shit.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Brian doesn't pay
Parker,
you.
Parker, you might want to look
Brian
this up.
doesn't
but
pay you.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm consistently in the top 5 most super chatted shows in the United States. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay, well, I'm just saying Brian doesn't pay you.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't. Do I need Brian to pay me?
What's with the meta conversation?
He doesn't. No, he does not need Brian to pay him. Here's Brian. Whatever podcast and Andrew Wilson have such a symbiotic relationship at this point, where Andrew has built up such a following by going on that show, and he's given them so much content and helped them make so much money. It's like it's just good for both of them. It's just good for both of them to work as like a quote unquote neutral platform that Andrew can basically follow out debates on, and just keep. I mean, it's just yeah. Obviously, it helps both of them. People see Andrew win on there, they go watch Andrew. Andrew's fans go to whatever to go and watch him on there. He gets to do the debates on whatever. They don't have to debate. They still get the content, and they make a bunch of money off of the show. Like, it's literally good for everyone.
Like 10 minutes myself. Parker has to dip here soon. Why is slut shaming good?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're not getting into that just yet. We're finishing the combo here.
Guys, wasting my time. See, this
He's
is
like, I only
You
want a
don't-
meta
I don't
combo.
understand. Why the time? I want to know a few things from you.
Oh
The
my
first
God.
thing, Dean, that I'd like to
Wait,
know
Andrew,
is
just answer the
why it
question. Why is
stop,
slut shaming
stop
good?
talking, Parker.
Why is
Stop-
slut shaming
stop
good?
talking.
Answer the
Stop
question.
talking,
Nothing but
Parker.
debating.
I'm going to answer the question, but first I want to finish this. So, Dean, you came on my stream live. You agree that that's true after you called me out via somebody else's stream. That is correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On that stream, you made an agreement that you would come on the whatever podcast for 2 events. One event would be a debate. The other event would be that you would mingle with the crowd itself and get the feel for the show so that you could make sure that your criticisms were valid, which I thought was fair. We both entered into that agreement live. And now later you're backing out of the agreement. So let me ask you this. If it's that you're unwilling to do it on Brian's venue for whatever reason, because you have some bad history with him, can we select a different venue for this live debate?
This venue. Yeah, sure. Let's select this venue right here.
No, an in-person debate.
Okay, why do you want it to be in person?
Well, because you cheat, Dean.
Oh my God, Andrew, you can't
Literally have his camera on.
Can I give you my
a-
reference? Can I give you my reference for your cheating?
No, I have a counter offer. So here's what we'll do. This will be really funny, and the clips will be like top tier. What we should do is we should both turn on our webcams. I will put a blindfold.
Well, I can't because the
and I will
program
put my hands up in the air, and I will steamroll you anywhere. And honestly, I think it's a compliment that you said.
So he wants to. So now Dean wants to. He's submitting. He wants to wear a blindfold to debate. Okay. It's really not helping him, is it? There's a lot of Navy SEALs out there that are looking to do horrible things to this young man. He's willing to blindfold himself for them. That's crazy.
Say that I cheat because that just tells me that I'm good at what I do.
Okay, well, let's. I'll tell you what. Turn on your webcam. Put on the blindfold. Let's go.
So Andrew immediately takes him up on it. Immediately, go for it then. Okay.
I gotta get going now, but
Yeah, go. Goodbye, Parker.
Appreciate
See you
y'all.
later.
Have fun, Dean.
Let's do it, Dean.
All right, I have about 10 minutes here before me and my girlfriend go down to Best Buy.
Get the blindfold on, Dean. Stop talking.
Oh, you don't like it when I talk? Not a lot of
Yeah, I'm
confused
just.
people.
We'll talk as soon as you hold your end of the bargain, which you're bad at doing.
All right, Mr. Andrew. So go ahead and give me the argument here. Why is salute shaming a good thing?
Yeah, get your blindfold on first, Dean.
You're funny, Andrew.
I know.
Also, I will.
And they have to say salute every time to avoid fucking TikTok censors. It's so gross. We are literally, everything like this has to go. We have to burn all of this down. We have to do terrible, drastic things. Okay, this has to be stopped. Disgusting eunuchs pimping themselves out to menopausal women, doing minstrel shows of what 20-somethings alike for the entertainment of grandmothers and postmenopausal women who are incapable of getting pregnant, yet abortion is the biggest issue in their life. Talking in fucking code, trying to desperately evade Chinese censors so they can scrape together $50 a night from getting sent galaxies and roses on their TikTok live. This has to be stopped. This has to end.
I'll ask you just.
What about when you were saying the Insler? Was your heart racing there?
Oh no, because that's when I was 14 and a lot like you. I bet you're mad that I was just as mature as you are today at the age of 14, sir. You should grow up, kind of.
Oh
like
man, oh boy, you got me with that.
Well,
All right, you got your blindfold on.
Shaming good.
So yeah, I think that social shaming in general is good, and I think that if you want to see less salutes in society, that social.
Okay, we need close analysis for the rest of this video. How is Dean properly using the blindfold? We will be investigating.
Shame's going to assist with that.
All right, now I'd like to pick up where you left off with the prior guest. You had asked that guest why they do not think that promiscuity is wrong, and then they were like, I don't think it's wrong because I feel like I don't think it's wrong. And you said, well, you actually have to give reason. And I'd actually...
No, I didn't. No, Dean, that's incorrect. I didn't say you have to give a reason. I just said if your reason is just because I feel that way.
Look, he's peeking. He's looking at something here. Look, what's he doing here?
If your reason,
Stop peeking, Dean.
If your reason is just because I
look, what's this head movement other than reading?
I just said if your reason is just because I feel
like what is that?
I just said if your reason is just because I feel that way, then it's a perfectly good counter to say, well, then my reason is because I feel that way.
Ah, perfect. So I'll expand a little bit on what she was trying to say, as I would entail that given my own position. Promiscuity, I do not believe.
What do you? Well, wait, hang on. What do you mean?
Like, why is he flicking his head around? He's cheating. He is cheating so obviously.
And you would entail. What does that mean?
Can you repeat what I just said?
It's so clear.
fast.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure that I understand what you mean by entail. An entailment is what?
I give an X is typically what an entailment is. But to clarify on what
Wait, can you say that again? I didn't hear you. You're very quiet.
why give an X is what an entailment is. But what have you just given me? Oh my God. Okay.
I don't understand. I just want to know what an entailment is.
Yeah, I told you what an entailment is. It's why.
Okay, tell me again, but be very clear.
Y given X.
Y given X is an entailment?
Yeah, now I'm going to go back to what I was.
How can you cheat in a debate and who cares? By getting things fed to you, by getting arguments fed to you, which many people do when streaming. But Dean postures as this amazing debater. He can just own anyone. He's all about debate. It's like UFC, he says. It's like combat sports. He's in it for the thrill of the game, and he loves just owning people. But then he won't do it unassisted. He won't do a fair game, fair match, where he's totally unassisted. Him versus Andrew.
I was saying, I don't think.
Yeah, can you walk me through how Y given X, what that means?
Shit, Andrew, you want to do anything?
I want to be highly specific with our language. Dean, semantics are super important in a debate. You agree, right?
I actually don't think that the use of that word in that context was important at all, as it wasn't relevant to.
Well, entailment's a philosophical term. It's relevant. So can you just very quickly walk me through?
That, Andrew, I don't think.
Well, I'm sorry. So when we're doing a debate, if we're doing a debate,
Dude, what's with the fucking head bobbing?
Debate.
You know what?
Say the word.
What's a fire truck? I think that's relevant.
Yeah. So anyway, so if we're doing a philosophical debate and you're talking about semantics,
well, he's worked that blindfold so far up, and now he's fucking taking it off already. Literally already pulling the blindfold up. He can't stick to it. Cannot honor the simple terms of this debate. The debate was on the condition he was wearing a blindfold. He offered it. And the whole time he's peeking at the bottom and pulling it up.
So if we're doing a philosophical debate and you're talking about semantics and you say a word like entailment, which is a loaded philosophical term, I need to know what you mean by that.
Okay. Well, how about I refuse because I want to stay on track. So you're making
hang on. This is on track. You don't have the mute button. We're doing a philosophical debate. Can you please explain to me what entailment means?
Oh, all right. Such as a logical entailment. It's just going to say if X is true, then Y must also be true. But I don't.
No, that's not what an entailment is.
Okay, that's how I use the term entailment. Do you use it?
So you use your own term for philosophical entailment?
When we define any words that we use in any colloquial sense, in any conversation.
Yeah, you can, but they have to make sense. So all you mean by entailment is if X, then Y?
Yes.
No. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll remember that that's what entailment means. Go ahead.
Thank you. So now, anyways, back to what matters, because...
So it's so obvious that Andrew is just trying to grill him on stuff, trying to get him to answer questions that he might not have the answer to without looking it up. It's so obvious. It's so funny.
You don't want to talk about it. You're making the claim that I have to have some reason to justify the position that promiscuity isn't wrong. I
didn't make that claim.
Okay, you made that claim to the prior...
When did I make the claim?
To the prior...
What was my actual position? Can you steel man it for me?
Of course. You made the claim, well, first of all, she made the statement that it's not bad because I feel like it's not bad. And then you made the statement, well, if you want to say that, then I could say it's bad because I feel like it's bad. But
yeah, what's wrong? What's the problem with that?
Yeah, because I would say that we have to posit reason for any positive statement, even in the positivity.
Yeah, why?
Like, this is so stretched out. It's so thin over his eyes. He keeps poking out the bottom. He's moving his nose to move the blindfold around on his face. It's disgusting. It's so transparent. It's so clear.
Because we should have reason for the things that we believe.
Why?
Because we want to be reasonable people. Are you saying that?
Yeah, but that doesn't. Wait. So we should use reason because we should use reason, Dean.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dean? We should use reason because we should use reason. Boy, you really thought that one out.
In fact, that's not what I said. That was a.
He's fucking stupid. How did you ever think you could take me on, Dean? All right. So we should use reason because we should use reason.
I'd actually
Go ahead.
like to clarify that. I actually think it's funny that you think you could take me on.
Oh, there's so much space here.
Because the only way
you're getting destroyed, Dean. It's not, dude. It's not even close. But keep going. I can't wait.
I'm not getting destroyed at all because you just told me the only way to justify.
Yeah, just keep telling yourself that.
You keep telling yourself.
No. You said that.
Okay, it's generally fine. Like, everyone quote unquote cheats in debates online, right? It's generally fine to look stuff up and take things and whatever. It generally, as long as you've got like an understanding enough to actually make the point yourself with the information. But if you're going to posture about how good you are at debates and how much you know and how educated you are, and then you're challenged to do it unassisted, you have to do it, right? If you're going to posture and then you're challenged, you're a bitch if you say no or if you try to get out of it. And it totally undermines your posturing. It makes it seem like it's not true. Has someone ever fed you lines? No, I'm the best debater I know. So whenever people feed me lines, they're always worse than whatever I've got in my head already. But I will like look up points sometimes. Like if I'm trying to remember like a stat or something that I've heard at some point, I'll like look it up. Or if I'm trying to remember like the definition, some like legal thing or something, I'll look it up while I'm talking to someone.
Reason, you said the reason that we should use reason is because it's reasonable.
Actually, that's not what I said. I'd like to correct.
Okay, then why should we use reason? Dean?
Yeah, because axiomatically speaking, we should all want to be reasonable individuals. And being a reasonable...
What is that? Well, wait. Okay, well, Dean, axiomatically speaking, we shouldn't all be reasonable.
Person, Andrew? Oh, he's
it's just an axiom, Dean.
Argue the
it's just an axiom,
just look. It lets you just looking.
What's wrong with an axiom?
He's going so red too. Look how red he's gone, dude.
Axiomatically speaking, we shouldn't all be reasonable.
Person, Andrew? Oh, he's
it's just an axiom, Dean.
Argue the
it's just an axiom, Dean. What's wrong with an axiom?
Tell me that you don't want to be a reasonable person. Tell me that you don't.
If you state that axiomatically,
you can't even argue.
You're still spurging, Dean. You're still
dude, he's losing it. Dude, look at this guy. Dude, this ghoul is losing it. Listen here, smooth skin. He's going crazy. He's going crazy.
Why?
You don't want to be a reasonable person. Tell me that you don't.
If you state that axiomatically,
you can't even argue.
You're still spurging, Dean. You're still spurging.
Blindfold off.
You're spurging. Why? Because you're freaking out. Dean, you're spurging out bad.
You have to be an unreasonable person.
You're really spurging, Dean.
Unjustified claims without evidence in order to.
Boy, you're really spurging, Dean. So anyway, Dean, when you say that something is axiomatic,
where's your Dean? Put the blindfold back, Dean. What the fuck are you doing? Put the fucking blindfold back on.
Wait. Sorry, Andrew, I got to interrupt. Dean, you're in breach. You're breaching the agreed upon terms.
Yeah, but he does that.
Back on.
They do lie.
W. Brian. Brian won.
Wait. Sorry,
Andrew, we love Brian.
Dean, you're in breach. You're breaching the agreed upon terms.
Yeah, but he does that.
Back on.
They do lie. He does lie a lot.
I'm in like the ninth circle of hell here. I have a blindfold on my face. He's screaming at me. Why should you be? You know.
And the TikTok betrays him with the 2025 New Year's glasses.
Circle of hell here. I have a blindfold on my face. He's screaming at me. Why should you be? You know.
Nobody screamed. No, the only one screaming is you, Dean.
Do you have a pink blindfold you could use?
No, I don't.
So anyway, Dean, why should we use axioms?
I'm not answering.
I don't understand what you're not going to answer my question. You don't know why.
There will become a day when Dean Withers gets railed by Rob O'Neill to the sound of Kuihman calling Withers an F slur repeatedly and Andrew Wilson's laugh.
Thank you for the $6, Anonymous. Thank you.
Why we should use axioms?
Yeah, because I want to debate you on your position that slut shaming.
Yeah, and we are debating on the position. We're starting with what you consider a philosophical entailment, which is if A then B. Okay, you seem to be very upset, Dean. Do you want to do this debate or not?
Yeah, I asked you a question. Walk me through.
Okay, what's the question?
The original prompt. Demonstrate.
Yeah, we're talking about the original prompt. I'm talking to you right now about the original prompt. You say that so your criticism, if I can steelman you, if you don't mind, is that an entailment is if A then B. Okay, but also that it was incorrect for me to do an internal critique of somebody else's position if they say that based on their feelings X is true, and I can't say, well, then therefore based on my feelings Y is true. So then we went into meta-ethics, which we would have to do in order to make a determination about truth claims at all, about knowledge claims at all. And so we're starting with the premise of what is an axiom and why ought we use one, Dean?
Okay, Andrew, so here's where you misstepped. So it was on the second part where you said that I had said that in order for her position to be true, that yours also has to be true. And you're saying that I denied that. I'll go ahead and reposit my claim. However, I'd like to be very clear to Andrew, to Brian, and to everybody.
Dean should have just tried talking points before going to call. I think he did. That's why he keeps trying to get back onto it. Andrew was debating some woman before he came on, before Parker came on as well, I think. And Dean keeps referring back to what Andrew said to this woman before he came on. So I think Dean was watching and had like points ready to press Andrew on. And now he's getting frustrated that while he's blindfolded, Andrew keeps like pivoting off of that point. So that's why he's like spurging out, because he had like a set of points that he wanted to run down. And now Andrew's just like trying to get off of that and go into like the philosophy stuff and talk about the actual issue as opposed to the conversation that he was having before.
Watching, Declan, if you just allow me a minute to speak. Andrew doesn't feel comfortable talking about what really matters here, such as the morality of slut shaming. And Ryan,
well, hang on, morality. Wait. Well, we're talking about meta ethics. That is related to morality. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out from your perspective why we should use axioms when we're making moral claims.
I actually was making a descriptive claim. You can't track.
Okay, what's descriptive about your claim?
Yes, I said that I said that we should be reasonable.
That's an ought claim, not a descriptive claim.
But the should there when
what does the word should mean, Dean?
Should can exist in a normative.
You should really take my course on debating, Dean. It would help you.
So no, when we're talking about normativity, you could have a normative ought and a non-normative ought, and typically when
what's a non-normative ought?
Yeah, because they're going to be conducive to some goal, right? Aside from like your ethical crime. Like for instance, I could give you an
okay. Oh, so wait a second. I just want to make sure.
Like
you're making a moral claim that is not an ought claim. Is that correct?
No, it's not a moral claim. Yet it is.
No, it's not a moral claim.
Right. For instance, if we're playing chess. And the best way for me to make is to move a pawn up a square. I'd say it'd be good for me to move that pawn. But when I say it'd be good for me to move that pawn, am I saying it's a morally good thing for me to move that pawn?
He just peeks like crazy. No, it's fucking disgusting.
I'm
sick of it. I'm sick of it.
If you're making a moral, you made a moral claim and said should, though. That's an ought for morality. Okay, but go ahead. Restate your position. Go ahead.
Dean, just...
don't mute him, Brian. Never mute him. Unmute him.
I'm going to let them both speak, but you guys got to let each other talk, okay? Just let them finish your sentence.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Dean.
Go ahead, Dean.
Bro,
go ahead.
This is shameful.
Thank you. So I'm happy
that you were meant to be blindfolded for the whole debate, Dean.
That I could clear up that non-normative oughts could exist with my example of a chess game. Now that we move past this pedantic bullshit, here's what I want to tell you. You cannot give.
Well, no. Well, hang on. There's just one more clarifier. When you say normative, you said a non-normative claim.
Angel, I'm gonna give you
I just want to make sure when you say normative.
On the topic. You're running away.
I just want to make sure when you say normative going forward,
you're not saying
ought, right? When you say normative, you're not saying ought. You're saying something else.
So once again, I've described this to you twice already. I'll describe it for a third time. You could have normative should claims, meaning that it's morally good to do something, and you could have descriptive should claims, insofar as it's conducive towards a goal.
Got it. So what was the descriptive part of your claim?
So where this started, basically, is Dean was like, I think we should use... Andrew said, well, this girl said to Andrew, I feel like promiscuity is fine, so it's fine. Basically, it was the TLDR. And then Andrew replies, well, I feel like it's bad, so it's not fine. So how do you argue with that? And then Dean's come in, and Dean is saying, like, well, I think we should use reason. And Andrew's like, why? And he's like asking for like a fundamental reason why it is a fundamental... Sorry, I don't want to use reason twice in that sentence. A fundamental value for reason. Like, why is it good to use reason? And Dean is basically copping out and saying, well, we should use reason because we want to be reasonable, which is basically just saying again, because I feel like it. You're just saying, I feel like it again. So it's actually no better than what Andrew was saying in the first place.
Yeah, it's like the descriptive part of the claim was to say that we should be reasonable insofar as that's conducive towards the goal of a higher level of rationale. Now, if you will let me get back to the fucking topic, all you want to do in this meta conversation, because you can't give me one good reason why promiscuity is wrong.
You mean a good reason why you should not be promiscuous?
Why is promiscuity inherently wrong?
Oh, inherently wrong. Well, let's clear up a few terms. So I just want to make sure, what does wrong mean?
To be fair, morals end up grounding out there. Well, that's where you're totally fucking wrong, isn't it? You fucking inbred. You inbred. Saying things in my chat that are obviously wrong. Do you think Andrew's morals ground out at feeling like it? No, Andrew's morals, Andrew would say, his morals come from God. His morals are a fact of the universe because they're dictated by God. So not everyone's morals ground out at I feel like it.
Something you shouldn't do in this sense.
Okay, so it is a normative claim?
Yeah, I'm guessing you're making a normative claim with your background, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just want to make sure. So when we say wrong, okay, but Dean, there's a reason we're clearing this up. When you say wrong, you mean immoral, right?
Yeah, wrong means shouldn't means immoral, and the normative sense that you're describing when you make the claim that slut shaming is good. I'm guessing you mean that normatively, right?
As a moral ought.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm running a counter argument against you. I'm internally critiquing your stance. So when I say, give me a reason why
I see.
wrong, go for it.
Yeah. So let's dive through this. So we'll just kind of start at the beginning, and then we'll.
The blindfold is because Dean cheats in all of his debates, so Andrew wanted to do it in person. Dean didn't want to do it in person, so he agreed to a blindfold and has now cheated the entire time and kept looking under.
Move it through until we get to the end.
5 more minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start with a normative claim that shame is a useful tool. Okay. Well, I'll start with this. Shame is a useful tool when you're trying to mold society into, X thing that you want. Shame can be a useful tool. Why we ought to use shame is because we.
Guys, I'm starting to fill out my collections like super hard on Pocket TCG. I'm not sure if I should just start like saving any hourglasses I get for like another expansion release. Because it's like, do I really like, what am I really going for right now? Am I going for full art immersives or like I've got a really good deck. There's no need for me to pull cards to get a good deck. I'm only going for like hollows and immersives. Yeah, I think I should stack them. Yeah.
We can utilize that as some type of imperative to any type of morality that we're trying to produce on society. Society, use a utilitarian or whatever, would basically agree that this is the case, right?
I generally agree that it's okay to shame.
Yeah. So it's an effective method, and you would agree from your worldview that shame ought to be employed at times, right?
Yeah, it's generally good. It's a good thing to shame bad things. Now, my question: give me one reason why promiscuity is wrong.
Give me one reason why murder is.
Yeah, one reason why murder is wrong is because it's a right violation. That was a damning non-answer. Stop pivoting and answer mine. Give me.
Wait. I'm sorry. What was your answer?
Yeah, it's a rights violation. Now give me a reason.
Oh, okay.
Wrong.
It's a rights violation.
Thank you,
Okay,
299.
Dean, we're just making sure we get the terms clarified. When you say rights, where do rights exist?
I'm not going into that meta-ethical conversation with you. This is a pivot. I'm failing to.
It's not a pivot for us to clarify language.
It is. It is absolutely a pivot.
Yeah. So you won't get into meta ethics.
I'm not going to get into your pivot. No.
Well, I mean, that is kind of a relevant question. Like, it's a rights violation. I think it's wrong because it's a rights violation. Okay, well, what are the rights and where do they come from? I think that's fair.
Refuse.
So I don't understand how am I supposed to debate with you on these terms if we can't get to the meta ethics so that we can decide which terms are what, why they're that way, and then how we can actually hang on, Dean, calm down. I honestly want to do this with you. I just want to clear this stuff up. That's it.
Holy shit. Andrew, we actually shouldn't even be debating about this right now because I asked you for one reason.
Should it in a normative sense or a non-normative sense?
Non-normative sense. So I asked you for one reason.
Non-normative. Okay. So in a descriptive sense, we shouldn't be debating it.
4, good boy. Allow me to finish. So I asked you for one reason why promise.
You still got the blindfold on.
Because I mean, we're not. I'm just.
You're just cheating again.
Okay, 5, 4.
Freaky ass
3,
little
good boy.
ghoul.
Right, so I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is wrong, and then you responded to me by saying, "What's one reason murder is wrong?" So actually, Andrew, that was a pivot around my question. Analytically speaking.
Well, hey, hang on. I think that's fair, but the only reason I answer the question with a question is because you refuse to get into the meta ethics of what wrong means. And so I used what's called a demonstration. I used a demonstration in order to try in some way from your worldview to understand what wrong was. You made the claim then that what wrong is something which is a violation of rights. Great. Now we're getting somewhere. So then what is a right and where does it exist? This is really pivotal to a debate, Dean.
Yeah, he's just peeking the whole time. It's just non-stop peeking.
I actually reject that. Demonstrate the relevance of me telling you, in accordance with my framework of deontic duties, what is relevant in describing my normal.
Because I don't understand what you mean by the term. Yeah, so because I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what you mean by the term wrong. I don't understand what that means.
1, good boy. Allow me to finish. Andrew, stop.
You just told me. You just asked me the question.
3, 2.
How are you going to ask me a question and then when I answer it, you start counting? Why are you still counting? Can you just engage, Dean?
Demonstrate more maturity than my 6-year-old nephew. You have one.
Yeah, I don't know. You're the one. You did, bro. You asked
he's
me
so
a question
unbearable.
And when I answered it. You cut in.
I'm not
I don't
asking
get
you a
it.
question. In fact, I was in the middle of a statement. I was not asking you a question.
Okay.
Getting old.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead with your statement. Go ahead.
But that's okay. Don't worry. I'll catch you up to speed. So here's the big issue. At this
Hang
point,
on, woman. Bring me another beer.
All right.
W. Andrew,
You can
let's
ask your
go.
grandma or whoever's house you're living at if she'll grab you a beer. But go ahead.
Oh, I am living at my grandparents, but luckily right now I'm at the girlfriend's house.
Also, big shot TikToker. Big shot TikToker, and he's stuck in Grammy's house. Big shot TikToker stuck in Grammy's house. Can't even put down some money for some rent.
And unlike you, I don't treat women in my life like shit, and that's why I won't die alone in a house. And unlike I am living at my grandparents, but luckily right now I'm at the girlfriend's house. And unlike you, I don't treat women in my life like shit, and that's why I won't die alone. Anyways, going back.
I'm married, Dean.
Fucking unbearable. Actually unbearable. To a fucking, like, boomer married guy. Not even that boomer, to be fair. Andrew's like, I think he's like mid-30s, right? But, you know, older fucking married guy. And you're like, you're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone when you're like some fucking, just, like, retarded, barely out of teenage TikToker. Like, okay. Alright, man. Oh, is he in his 40s? I don't know. I don't know how old Andrew is. I didn't think he was older than Chud, is he?
I'm married.
Yeah, that's the thing. You will still die alone, unfortunately, most likely. I mean, at some point, we all have a and if you
Unfortunately, most likely.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Dean.
Shameful.
Hurt. I'll bow the knee on that topic, going back to what I originally came here to discuss. So I asked you for one reason why promiscuity is wrong. Andrew, be honest, in a yes or no, have you answered that question?
Well, I don't understand the coherency of the question.
Dean, let him.
I have listen. I have to understand what you mean by these terms. Do you know why? So do you? Hang on, Dean. Let me explain. You agree with me? I'll just ask you this question. Do you agree with me that people can come up with any definition they want for a word? Any definition they want, they can come up with, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll clear the air. I understand exactly what you're asking for.
Great. So then the thing is that hang on, Dean. I'm just going to follow up real quick, and then I'll let you talk. So if that is the case, and it is the case that everybody can have their own definitions of everything, when we're getting into these moral claims, you're asking me to give you a moral reason why X is wrong. Then we need to know what we mean by morals. We need to know exactly what you mean when you're asking me what wrong is. And we need to know what these things are. That's why the meta-ethical discussion is so important. But anyway, go ahead.
Of course.
Hey, blindfold. Hey, Dean. Thank you, Dean.
Okay, and if
Thank you, Dean.
What's behind my
Thanks,
phone? It is my girlfriend folding her clothes. Anyways.
Wow.
I don't think that I'll be cheating. Anyway, so I asked you for one reason.
We all believe you, man. It's just your, that's just about your hot girlfriend folding her clothes. It's like the ninja tweet. Oh, when my braless wife brings me a sandwich, whatever the fuck it was. Shut up, mate. You're reading, you lying motherfucker.
Why promiscuity is morally wrong.
That's a loaded question.
So when we say morally wrong, all that we're saying is that it's something that you shouldn't do in a normative sense. And insofar as where this wrongness is generated from, this would be held given your view, as this is an internal critique. So I am not subjugating you, right, to my view. So I'm
not critiquing your view. I'm asking simply. So hang on. I'm not critiquing your view. I'm not doing an internal critique. I agree that you're doing an internal critique of my view, and I'm happy to answer to these things. But Dean, listen, just chill out, bro. I just listened to what you said. But what you're asking are loaded philosophical terms.
That's not
and so
a loaded question to ask you for a reason.
Bro, would you calm down?
Dude,
again,
if there's a white supremacist on the street.
Boy, man, you're really freaking out here, Dean.
1 second.
You need to stop spurging, bro.
If there's like a Christian evangelicist on the street and they're like preaching.
What's an evangelicist?
Oh, I'm not answering that question. And they're preaching that it's wrong.
Oh, you don't know what an I've never heard. Is evangelicist a word? I'm looking it up.
I mispronounced it, but it's going to be typically more
evangelicist.
Catholic Church down south, particularly.
No, you mean an evangelist, not an evangelicist.
Yes,
okay, gotcha.
So, are you going to highlight the fact that I mispronounced that word? Are you
Andrew is so fucking crazy.
Well, words matter, Dean. I'm just trying to be very specific here.
I actually doubt that there was any level of relevance to you interrupting me and correcting my pronunciation of the word. You just cannot.
I want to make sure I know what you're talking about, Dean. I'm sorry.
I actually completely doubt that. I think that you can't hang.
Well, I mean, you doubt. I'm sorry, you doubt things.
Rather talk about anything.
Sorry about your emotional state, Dean.
Well, I appreciate you apologizing for my emotional state, as you're the one that.
Yeah. I am sorry that you're in that emotional state.
Bro, what is this guy on about?
So, anyways, I will go and repeat what I said. It is not a philosophically loaded question for me to ask you a reason why you think something's bad. if you continue to posit the view that it is, I will leave because you're not worth my time.
Okay, well, nobody cares if you leave, Dean. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer the question.
No, I just want to dive in. I want to dive in, bro. Do you agree with me that it's highly important? Semantics in a debate are highly important. The meta-ethical foundation, what we mean by terms, is absolutely important before we can.
Let him.
No, you don't.
Guys,
you don't agree.
Let each other finish, please.
I don't
let each other finish.
I don't think that your meta-ethical view, insofar is the internal critique that I'm running on you on where you think wrongness is derived of.
Yeah, but I need to understand what you're asking. Yeah, well, where it's derived. Listen, that's fair. Like, it's fair to run Dean, you can run your internal critique. All we have to do is clarify some meta-ethics. That's it.
Well, if I'm running an internal critique, what meta-ethical framework would we be operating under?
My understanding of the coherency of what you're asking.
No, it is your understanding of how you view meta-ethics. Why is it relevant for us to talk about my view on meta-ethics?
Because you said the word wrong. You're asking me about the word wrong.
Yes, but
so it's important for me. Hang on, bro. Do you want me to answer
your view?
All right, you let me know.
Again, I'm leaving.
Andrew,
Okay, so real quick, Dean. There's a couple things here. First, nobody gives a shit if you leave. Second, okay, it's super important for me to understand the cohesiveness of the terms that you're using when you're asking me these questions so that I can give you the answers to them. This is Philosophy 101. There's a course you should take. It's called Debate University. You would get a lot of value out of it.
I'm just crazy with the shell. Crazy with the shell.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just posit this as a last statement. If you can answer my question following from this, I'm going to go ahead and dip. So all that I've tried to do and the entire time that this debate has been unfolding is I've tried to ask you one simple question. The one simple question that I've tried to ask you is give me one reason why you think promiscuity is wrong. Okay? And in our conversation so far, allow me to finish before you interject. You've asked me about my meta-ethical framework. You've asked me about what I mean by an entailment. You've asked me what I mean by an axiom. You've tried to talk to me about how you pronounce like certain words related to the Christian faith. But meanwhile, you've been able to successfully evade everything but giving me an answer to that question. In fact, the first time I asked you this question on can you name one reason why promiscuity is wrong, you literally responded to me by asking me for a reason why I think murder is wrong. So Andrew, and in good faith, I will ask you one last time. The question I'm asking you very specifically is, are you able, literally, I don't even know if you're able to do this, your abstract thinking ability is incredibly low, are you able to name one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong? Now, it is important for me to clarify in terms because you deem semantics to be incredibly valuable and important to these conversations. Yes. When I am asking you for one reason why you deem this to be wrong, all that I'm asking you is why do you think that this is something that we shouldn't do? I don't care what your meta-ethical framework is. I don't care if you think that this is something that we shouldn't do objectively or subjectively. I don't really care what your normative view is. All that I want is for one reason why this would sufficiently justify your normative criterion.
Hang on 1 second, Dean. There's this thing going
off. No.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
He's getting mugged by Andrew's donation alerts. It's over.
So I've already clarified that I don't care about your meta-ethical view. And I don't really care about your normative view that much either, because at the end of the day, all that I'm asking for is your internal reasons why this sufficiently justifies your standard for moral wrongness under your normative view. So at this point, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks being gay is wrong, why they think being gay is wrong, the same way I'd ask someone that thinks racism isn't wrong is why do they think that racism is good? I'm asking you to provide one singular reason why promiscuity is wrong.
And I can't wait to do that. I just want to ask you a couple of clarifying questions. That's all I'm asking for.
Here, Dean, hold on. Andrew, if Dean answers the questions, like how long will it, like 3 minutes, 2 minutes? How long do you
it's just a few questions so that we can clear up a few
Okay, do you need 2 minutes? Andrew, how much?
Give me like just a few questions, maybe like 2-3 questions.
Okay, Dean, is that okay? Dean, can you answer just 2 or 3 questions for Andrew?
I failed to see any possible question that would be relevant. What are your questions? I mean, let's see if they're relevant.
For the sake of time, just answer them, and then.
So the first question is.
There's so much peeking, it's crazy.
When you ask me if something is wrong, what does that mean?
I already clarified on that. You weren't listening.
Yeah, I know. Clarify again, though.
Are you listening? I said it.
I just want to be precise here. What do you mean when you say wrong?
I already said it. I say it again. It's something that you should.
Yeah, say it again, please, so that I understand.
It's something you shouldn't do in a normative sense.
Okay, so you ought not do the thing.
Yes, bro. Holy shit.
Okay, so we ought not do the thing. Now, the second question that I have is when you say ought, are all oughts axiomatic?
All right, Andrew, fuck you.
All right.
And he left.
Andrew, you still there? He left.
I'm still here. I don't. Where'd Dean go?
I think that
I just had a couple clarification questions, but he just said "fuck you" and rage quit. I just wanted to clarify a couple things.
Yeah. Well, if I think you could have gotten through all of those questions had there not been like a 10-minute meta conversations over his objections to you asking the clarifying questions.
I just wanted to know a couple of clarifying things.
Wow. Well, a terrible showing.